Breaking news. Russia provided nuclear weapons training to Belarusian Air Force pilots. Russian Defense Ministry officials said on Friday that training for the use of tactical nuclear weapons by Belarusian Air Force crews had been completed as part of Russia's plan to deploy such weapons to its ally Belarus in the midst of the fighting in neighboring Ukraine. Ministry of Defense released video of a Belarusian pilot claiming that the Su-25 ground attack jets of the Belarusian Air Force are now fully operational thanks to training received in Russia. It was announced last month by Russian President Vladimir Putin that Russia would deploy some of its tactical nuclear weapons to Belarus. The leader of the Kremlin made another attempt to dissuade the West from supporting Ukraine by dangling the nuclear threat in front of their eyes. Russia and Belarus have signed a union agreement that calls for extensive cooperation in all spheres of government and industry. Russia has kept a presence in Belarus since February 2022, when its troops crossed into Ukraine from the north via Belarusian territory. Russian tactical nuclear weapons stationed in Belarus would be closer to Ukraine and NATO members in Eastern and Central Europe, both of which could be targets. Belarus's borders with NATO members Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland total 1,250 kilometers, 778 miles, in length. These weapons are designed to wipe out the opposition in the field. When compared to the nuclear warheads on long-range strategic missiles, which are capable of destroying entire cities, their range and destructive potential are severely limited. Putin has stated that the completion of the tactical nuclear weapon storage facilities in Belarus is expected on July 1. Belarusian warplanes have been updated with Russian assistance so that they can carry nuclear weapons, and Russia has supplied the country with Iskander short-range missiles that can be modified to carry a nuclear warhead. Like the United States controls its tactical nuclear weapons on the territory of its NATO allies, Putin has stressed that Russia would retain control over any nuclear weapons deployed to Belarus. Authoritarian Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has hinted that Moscow may deploy not only tactical but also strategic nuclear weapons to Belarus. On Friday, Belarusian Defense Minister Viktor Krenin brought up the possibility once more, saying, it could be the next step, if the West continued what he called its hostile course. If you use force, expect a forceful response from us. Krenin argued that people in the West simply do not understand. In other words, we are already preparing the sites that we have. After the Soviet Union's dissolution in 1991, Russia received the nuclear weapons that had been stationed in Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. All rights reserved 2023 AP. Legally, that is, no reproduction, transmission, publication, or redistribution of any part of this work is permitted. A pilot from the Belarusian Air Force is seen here in a still from a video released by the Russian Defense Ministry press service on Friday, April 14, 2023. According to the video, pilots from Belarus have recently returned from a nuclear weapons course in Russia. Press office of the Russian Ministry of Defense, via AP.